Happy New Day, CSA. I hope everyone is doing very well today. Perfect. Last week, we were blessed with a lesson sermon from our Reverend Kwame Techi. And my take away from the sermon was that we must master ourselves by changing our attitude towards how we view life and the challenges that come our way. We are the solution to everything that comes our way because our attitude determines where we'll be in life. Therefore, we must renew our mind and come away from our old way of thinking. In doing so, we gain clarity to fulfill our purpose and also to help others find their way. Today's lesson sermon is kind of a sequel to Reverend Kwame Techi's sermon. And I want us to discuss the topic, Rise, Take Up Your Bed, and Walk. So as I continue with the sermon, I'd like you to ponder over what I'm going to share. And I'll take a reading from John chapter 5, verse 1 to 9, and then verse 14. After this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now, there is in Jerusalem by the sheep gate a pool, which is called in Hebrew Bethesda, having 5 porches. In these lay a great multitude of sick people, blind, lame, paralyzed, waiting for the moving of the water. For an angel went down at a certain time into the pool and stirred up the water. Then whoever stepped in first, after the stirring of the water, was made well of whatever disease he had. Now, a certain man was there who had an infirmity 38 years. When Jesus saw him lying there and knew that he already had been lying in that condition a long time, he said to him, "Do you want to be made well?" The sick man answered, "Sir, I have no man to put me into the pool when the water is stirred up. But while I am coming, another steps down before me." Jesus said to him, "Rise, take up your bed and walk." And immediately the man was made well, took up his bed, and walked. Now, verse 14. Afterward, Jesus found him in the temple and said to him, "See, you have been made well. Sin no more, lest a worse thing come upon you." The man by the pool was lying there for 38 years, we are told. His life was defined by waiting, disappointment, and despair. In much the same way, we sometimes see challenges as mountains that we cannot surmount. We identify with our challenges and become comfortable with them. We begin to say, "My migraine, my cancer, my hypertension, my joblessness, my confusion, my fear, my problem with my family or my boss or my spouse. We are taught here that we are spiritual beings going through a human experience. Therefore, we are not our mind, we are not our body, we are not our challenges. But Jesus spoke to the man and said, "Rise, take up your bed and walk." This command is more than physical healing. It is a spiritual call to faith, responsibility, and transformation. These same words still hold for us today. Now, I'll take the command in three parts. The first one is rise. Second one, take up your bed. And the third, walk. Now, first, rise. This is a call to faith. Jesus first asked the man if he wanted to be healed. Rising is required before the miracle becomes visible. We are told that faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things unseen. We are being called to renew our minds, to change the old way of thinking and see ourselves already in our desired state. It is incumbent on us to test the principles that are shared with us here by being intentional about our thoughts and actions. We need to choose what thoughts we focus on and what actions we engage in. We affirm here that we are life-giving spirits made in the image and likeness of God. Let us stop the negative loop in our minds by observing our thoughts and asking, what are we giving life to? What are we affirming as true in our life? Then we need to reprogram our minds with thoughts that uplift us. The question is, where do we want to be? Then we need to see ourselves there with the faith that the universe will bring the people and the circumstances to bring our desire to pass. We are being called to break free from paralysis or the feeling of being stuck, whether it is the fear of failure, bitterness, or spiritual stagnation. Wayne Dyer once said, when we change the way we see things, the things we see change. Think about this for a moment. Change your thoughts and change your life. Now, I'll share a story with you about a young single mother who lost her job. All of a sudden, her world came crashing down around her. She did not know where to turn to. How was she and her two children going to survive? She faced ejection from her apartment at the end of her tenancy agreement. Her children's school fees were also due for payment. She felt paralyzed by fear and hopelessness. Her hopes kept getting dashed after each rejection of her job applications. Then one day, she decided to rise in faith. She used the little savings that she had to make homemade snacks to sell in her neighborhood. That small step grew into a thriving business. People now order her packaged snacks for gift baskets and for events. She rose and walked in faith, even when all the odds were stacked against her. Rising means acting when circumstances say otherwise. Just as this lady rose from despair to hope, we are being asked to rise from fear, doubt, and a flawed thinking that we are the body or the mind and victims of circumstances. Now we'll go to the second command: take up your bed. This is a call to responsibility. The bed symbolizes comfort, whatever is holding us back from realizing our full potential. It symbolizes our attitude and old patterns of thinking and acting. It symbolizes things that we are familiar and comfortable with. When we take up our bed, we would never return to that place of defeat or victimhood. The challenges we face become lessons in our journey. They show us how much strength we have to bounce back. It also helps us to see how far we have come. We must not cling to old habits or give excuses that keep us from getting where we want to be. Rather, let the past become our testimony to help us move on and to help others on their journey. So whatever we are putting on the back burner, whatever thing we know we must do, let's do it now. No matter what you are going through right now, pause and think about what you are doing to contribute to the situation. And take up your bed. Take responsibility for your life. It's time to use an updated operating system. That is to use computer technology. Stop making excuses and start living your ideal life. Now, the final command is to walk. This is a call to a new life. Walking means progress. Healing is not the end of suffering or challenges. It is the beginning of a journey. When we are healed, we are given a new lease of life. What can we do with it? Who can we help as a result of our healing or our progress? What can we do to make life better for ourselves and for others? Find out what your particular challenge is teaching you and embrace your calling. Forgive others for their part in your suffering. Forgive yourself for your part, and then serve others by giving your time and substance. In the end, step into your new life with confidence that all is well. Jesus told the man after healing him, "Sin no more, lest a worse thing come upon you." So we are being told here not to go back to our old ways, as there is no rescue for us from the consequences. It's like going on a diet to lose weight and then going back to our old way of living. What happens? You gain all the weight back plus more, and then you call in all the possible diseases you can think of. And I also liken that to us sweeping our rooms or cleaning up and then putting all the trash right back where we cleaned. So when we renew our minds, when we change our thinking, it has to be in the past. We shouldn't go back there. Now, in summary, let us rise in faith. Faith always precedes a miracle. Let us take responsibility for our lives. Take up our bed by letting go of what no longer serves us or what prevents us from achieving our highest potential. Fear, doubt, excuses, hopelessness, victimhood, and the feeling of being stuck. And let us begin our new journey of progress by walking. Walking is a daily practice. Take small, consistent steps to form new and lasting habits. Choose to live in freedom and not return to bondage. Now, I have an affirmation that I'm going to read through once, and then you repeat after me. Today, I rise, take up my bed, and walk. I rise from despair. I take up my testimony. I walk into my destiny. And as I walk, I know that I am not walking alone. The one who healed me walks beside me. I am thankful. Now let's sit in a meditative posture and affirm with conviction. Today, I rise, take up my bed, and walk. I rise from despair. I take up my testimony. I walk into my destiny. And as I walk, I know that I am not walking alone. The one who healed me walks beside me. I am thankful. We shall take that again. Today, I rise, take up my bed, and walk. I rise from despair. I take up my testimony. I walk into my destiny. And as I walk, I know that I am not walking alone. The one who healed me walks beside me. I am thankful. We shall take that for a third time. Today, I rise, take up my bed, and walk. I rise from despair. I take up my testimony. I walk into my destiny. And as I walk, I know that I am not walking alone. The one who healed me walks beside me. I am thankful. Amen. Thank you, Master.